Hello, everyone. Welcome to Always Open, our last of our Halloween spooky episodes. On today's show, we're going to be talking about me and Bethany's escape from Rome, the most scared we've ever been, and a question from our new box of issues this week. Talk about that a little later. On today's show, you got me, Barbara Dunkelman.
Meow.
Ciao.
Ooh, Winnie, ooh, it's me. What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Hi.
You guys look real good.
We do. We look
hot.
great.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Thanks.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Gus, you especially look
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
So we're doing a little bit of a theme on this episode. We are the Sanderson sisters.
We have our very own Mr. Thackeray Binks. Look at him.
Thackeray
Meow.
Binks.
The best cat you've ever seen, everyone.
I would fuck that cat. Oh, I would not.
Bethany, let's go back to the Secret Admirer episode. I don't know. We should drink every time one of us goes, sisters, sisters,
Yes, Winnie.
or every time Meryl does that voice.
Oh,
yes,
gosh.
Winnie.
It's only been every 5 seconds for the
Yeah.
last hour.
It's like the
haunt me
only
tonight.
voice that I could do. Like if I was gonna be voice acting, that would be like my one voice that I could do. So
Someone's gonna be watching this and hear that, and they're like, they're perfect.
call her up.
We
They're
also,
gonna reboot the movie.
we also have
I think they are rebooting the movie.
They are.
They are. Boo.
Our book. How do they say it?
Boo.
I've only seen this movie one time.
Which is a shame.
And it was
That's
years
crazy.
ago.
Gus hasn't even seen
I
it.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, Gus has never seen it.
You're laughing at me? What the fuck?
He just knows he's a cat.
Because you're on this episode and you're dressed up as Thackeray Binks.
I thought you were going to watch
I
it.
thought
You
it was
asked
just.
me.
I thought it was just a cat.
I mean, he is a cat,
He's
but
an
important cat.
he was a boy.
Oh, I was a boy once, many years ago.
And then a
Ronald
bunch,
Reagan was president.
Yeah.
we took his sister Emily and did some of this.
Yeah, we did some of this. We sucked her salt.
This is.
And then we turned out to be young and pretty again.
Beautiful.
I know, it's gorgeous. All right, well let's do our shot.
Okay.
This one was submitted by 100 children.
Yummy.
What is it called?
It's called Soul.
Yeah, it is.
Soul
Soul.
shot, and it has X-rated melon liqueur, blue curacao, and grenadine.
Oh, that
Okay.
was a mess up by Mariel.
Okay.
That should have been in there, but you know.
That definitely does. Yeah, I was like, this does not have that. We'll fix
Cheers.
that. Cheers.
That was actually pretty good.
Oh, it's good.
I was nervous about the...
It's like pineapple in there. We'll
Yeah,
put
There was Jaeger in that?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
Jaeger float.
Jaeger float
floating on the top.
We'll put the actual list of what was in there
Yeah.
in the post.
Winnie was delicious.
That was really good. We also have our cauldron here, which
Bubbling. We've got our potions.
That's kind of running
brewing.
low.
What potion are you brewing right now?
The one to suck the life out of children.
Okay.
It's just the one that we usually have on the menu. We have it on tap most of the time.
I imagine there's a lot of people watching this who've never seen Hocus Pocus. And
Oh,
are
that's
just
a shame.
Which
Really
is-
confused
is a
right
shame
now.
because-
For shame.
You should watch Hocus Pocus.
It's so good.
It's funny because I really wanted to be Sarah.
Yes.
Is that her character?
Sarah.
Sarah. It's SJP. But I was like, no, Bethany would make a good Sarah.
I think I am.
And I feel like I should be Winifred.
You're a team player.
Was it the sexual ditziness?
Because that makes sense for it to be you.
For that to be you.
Well, it makes sense.
ditziness.
You're the leader. You're the
The leader of the pack.
Yeah.
leader of the pack.
She's like
so.
the head sister.
There you go. Oh, you look just like her.
I've been
Hot.
practicing that. I took some pictures before the show and I kept doing this.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get started. We have a roaster toast
Oh, we do?
today. We haven't done that in a while. I asked each person on cast to bring a photo of them in their Halloween costume, their favorite or least favorite, I guess, Halloween costume that they've had. So I guess we'll see what we brought. Who do we want to start with?
We should start with Gus.
Start
Okay.
with me?
Let's start with Gus.
I supplied
Do it.
a favorite. It's fairly recent. It's from, I think, 5 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
See it.
I wonder which one it's
Where
going to
is
be.
it? Coming up.
I went to.
What I thought I saw.
I went to Target and I got the Spider-Man underoos, and I went to the Disney store and I got the Tigger children's costume, and I just cut the legs out.
That is...
So that's not Gus.
That's not me.
That's not Gus.
Oh.
This is a joke we pulled on Gus. This
Wah, wah.
I was like, I saw the one who was sent in.
this was, I think, on your Wikipedia page for a couple years.
Yeah, I know who made this Photoshop.
I think I know who it was,
I
too.
fucking hate him for it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's a friend of ours, like who we've known on the
Yeah,
site
he does
for
a lot of
long
Photoshop
time.
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
It's a good
Pretty
photo.
great.
People always
Really
ask me if
great
it's me. I say,
Photoshop.
if you Google image search it, you'll see the actual original photo of the dude.
You can also tell. That's
I just
not
don't
you.
ever need to see that much of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
What's your
I
actual?
I should dress up like that one of these years.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
Maybe extra life goal.
No one needs to
The
see
cheese
that.
master will come out dressed like that all night
don't ever
and
want
terrorize
to
everyone
know.
from behind the set. I'll occasionally pass out and then hop up.
Rawr.
I don't ever want to see your legs. No. I mean, that's whatever.
Like good socks.
Ooh, they're so
That's
hairy.
why panda socks.
You're wearing panda socks?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I got
The socks are
umbrellas.
cool.
Panda
The legs are not.
But you did actually send.
I did send a photo.
A photo. Do we actually have that one too?
I can't wait for another joke photo.
There it is.
So this one I know
There it
the
is.
story of, but you should explain this.
So I was very lazy, and I actually did go to Target, and it was like the day before Halloween, so all the costumes were sold out except for the children's Luigi costume. So it's intended for like a 10-year-old, and it was really small. I basically had to cut the crotch like all the way through.
Oh my
To
God.
fit my legs in, and
I think I saw you that year.
yeah, it was
At the Ramsey's house, maybe?
maybe I went to the Ramsey house.
Because I remember thinking I see way too much of your junk.
Yeah, my junk was very prominent. You can kind of see it in this photo. There's like a little bit of shading
Yeah.
there, but yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
Well, hello, Texas.
Hello,
AKA
everybody.
Billy Butcherson.
Billy-
Mr.
Butcherson.
Billy Butcherson.
I used to date you, and then I started sporting with
Can I
Sister
play with
Sarah.
you?
Yes, you can.
We've always just been friends.
You can put me on a hook and play
You
with
look so good.
Thank you.
So
I love the makeup is on point.
Yeah. The
It
makeup
took
you
it
did
took
is
a
phenomenal.
it took a little time this morning, but you know what? I got it together. It's actually starting to fall apart.
Oh, really?
So yeah, because of
You're a
the
zombie.
heat, and I'm sweating. But it's okay. I'm a zombie. Mariel said, you know what? It'll be more authentic.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. So,
I
yeah.
think Texas is more excited about this episode than anybody.
I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Hocus Pocus. Probably hundreds.
You didn't even need photos to do our makeup.
No,
you just like knew by heart.
It's pretty much everything. Yeah, I was actually watching again 2 nights ago with my mom, and it was kind of awesome. We were excited, so she was super excited about this. So I am so excited. Everything kind of came together. You all look amazing.
That's awesome.
And this
Especially
is the best Thackeray Binks I think I could possibly ever see. I was excited to see that he's here. So,
I
yeah,
love you.
it's amazing. So,
Forever.
all right,
Should we
guys.
keep that cup of water for our?
I think you should. Yeah. You wanna
in
keep that
case.
there, just in case
For
your little
our
bubbles.
Cauldron.
Right before I was like, how long
souls
is
of
this thing
children.
gonna bubble for?
I lied.
Like an hour, and I was like, God.
Gone in 10
Mariel doesn't know
minutes.
anything about dry ice.
I don't know anything about
No,
science.
she doesn't know anything about time.
I'm sorry, Whitney.
I'm gonna slap you.
Hit me if it'll make you feel better.
I don't actually want to hurt you. Well, I think it's a great costume.
I like it. You put in the effort.
Was that the last year you
I did.
dressed up?
I did cut my crotch. In it. Maybe. I don't remember. They all kind of blend together after
It's
a while.
true. After you're past a certain age, you're like, I dressed up.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
last year.
At some point.
Let's bring mine up. I've talked about this on other shows before, but it's my witch costume from when I was a little kid. This is before I put on the costume. It was just when I was doing my makeup.
Ooh, those are some interesting eyebrows.
What are those?
What are those? So when I was a kid, I associated big dark eyebrows with evil.
Uh-oh.
And so I don't know if my parents helped me with that or if I did that myself. I don't remember, but
Awesome.
How old were you in this picture?
I must have been 5.
Wow.
I think 5 or 6. Maybe.
Just beautiful.
Did you end up having like a full costume underneath too?
I just wore like a black dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really hope you did them yourselves because, like, if an adult had done that, I would be worried.
I think I did it myself.
This one goes like all the way.
It goes all
the way down, like
down.
past your eye.
Don't judge.
And it's funny because that's the only thing I did. Like I didn't put on a wig. I didn't put on any other makeup. I just did
Not even
black.
like a nose.
It's cute though. It's endearing.
Well, we know that witches come in all shapes and sizes.
Yes.
It's
too.
true.
So,
Which
and
please.
Also, all sorts of eyebrows too.
Or no eyebrows.
Or no
So,
I like
eyebrows.
that one.
Yeah.
They look good.
Cute. It's
I'm
cute.
a
fan.
I like powerful eyebrows like that.
I was gonna say I think I didn't know you yet at this age, but I think I was channeling my
Yeah.
inner Gus
You were-
without like subconsciously, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Eyebrows are a powerful thing.
It's true. It's a powerful thing. All right, who we got next? Oh my God,
Cowardly lion.
Bethany Feinstein.
Ah, you look like a little boy.
I'm cute.
A little boo.
I'm like, do something with this tail.
Oh my God.
Who are you?
I think I was like, what? How old are you when you're like in 5th grade?
Like a 10 or 11?
10. That's how old I was.
Yeah,
So it
10.
started because there used to be the standardized test in Texas called the TOS test, if anyone remembers
Holy
that.
shit, you're old.
So, excuse you, Gus is here.
Do they not have that anymore?
No,
It
they
was-
went away with it.
It was from that it was the tax, and now it's the star test.
Oh, shit.
So we did this, the Wizard of Toss,
Oh
and
my
so
God.
I won the role of the Cowardly Lion. And then I think my parents thought it was just easier, so they got me that little like sweater. Like I had pants that matched from Academy Sports and Outdoors. And they're like, you can just do this for Halloween too. So I had that mane fucking forever, but my sister
God.
loves this photo and loves to remind
It's
me of
cute.
it.
You look
It's really
It's
cute.
really
really
cute.
You look
I
like a
think
little
it's
boy.
cute.
but
It
I
had a
think
little
it's cute.
tail.
I think all the costumes so far have just been cute.
Yeah.
What? There's another one of Bethany that we should pop up. Look at this. Hillary Clinton.
What?
Ramsey.
I told her, I was like, it's like my John Benet Ramsey look.
I'm so confused by this photo because you look old, but you're a child.
It's the birth of Grandma Beth.
It was from those glamour shots. So as we were looking through to find that Cowardly Lion photo, like we found this, I was like, I have to send this in. It's too hilarious.
How old were you in this?
Like 6?
Oh my God.
This isn't the only glamour shot.
Oh,
you
yeah.
did. I mean, I didn't submit it. I'll put it in later.
Oh my
I have this blue boa on because that's appropriate for a 6-year-old.
Oh my God.
This
No, but like
sexy little boa.
that's like the Rachel hair from Friends, right?
Yeah.
That is the Rachel. Yeah.
It just reminded me of Jean Benet and like
That's
I
John
love
Benet
murder,
meets
so
Hillary Clinton. So
yeah.
So this wasn't a costume. This was just a.
This was just I think I just look
This,
fucking cool.
this was just Saturday.
this is just,
that was cool.
how many glamour shoots did you do as a kid? 'Cause
Not that many. There were different styles though for this one.
Oh, okay. So
Like we
did the
changed
blue one-
outfits.
did
I
the
think
blue
that was
outfit
part of
come
this one.
from?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, how many times did you go to glamour shots?
I think just once.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to do family photos, but they weren't glamour shots.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful.
Oh man, I would love to see family photo done glamour shot style.
God.
It's fun. We talked about doing it as an events team
Should totally do that.
for Christmas, like making a Christmas card for everyone.
And
Oh,
do
that'd
like
be
glamour
cute.
shots.
Yeah, glamour shots, or we do like berets with like bonjour, maybe like a baguette.
Well, we could go right now like this. I think.
could.
You know,
We could
That's
do
what
some
I
glamour
said. We could go to
shots.
Club M.
We're already ready to go.
we're already glamorous.
Got our bells on.
Well, Mariel, your
Let's
last.
see.
but
I sent
not
in
least, right?
2.
Is
I
it one of
sent
the
in
ones we've
2.
seen?
So let's see. Ah, sock hop.
That's cute.
Just a 50s babe.
Did you ever do that, Barbara? Because I did that too
not.
once.
I think I
Never did
missed
the
that
sock
train.
hop? Maybe it was like just super American.
You look really
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Those glasses
Yeah.
are real nerdy though.
I definitely did that before.
How old were you in that photo?
I think I was. It was
Old
it was
enough.
like
Is there a way to
fifth
zoom
grade.
Hey!
Is there a way to zoom in on your face?
Probably not.
I want to see it up close.
It's real nerdy looking. Let me tell you. I had braces and glasses.
You look like you do not want to be
A
there.
damn mess. I have another one, and this one I was younger in this other one, but if you guys want to pull that up. There we go.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
the
If,
one
I
I've
feel
seen
like
before.
I've shown this one before. I don't know if I have or not. So
I've
if I
seen
have,
it,
I'm
but
sorry.
I thought we
but
showed it. But
that
maybe
does not look like you.
I don't know. I thought I looked like Snow White, and I wanted to dress up like Snow White.
While they were taking this photo of you, was someone else singing karaoke, Bullet with Butterfly Wings?
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
My brother, that's my older brother, watching like TRL probably right on the next, right by me. But
Oh my god, that's genius.
look at
Oh,
that.
that's really cute.
I never
just-
did a princess.
Yeah.
Not like a
I
Disney
can't
princess.
remember if we did. My parents would always dress us up the same. We
Yeah.
were twins. We were cheerleaders.
Did you
we
ever
were-
dress up as the twins from The Shining?
No, but
Did you
we
ever-
should have.
Did you ever dress up as each other?
No,
I mean, you
definitely
guys are
not.
twins, but
She always tried to dress up like me for school.
did you look more like each other when you were younger?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because now I like even side by side. I'm like,
Yeah, you wouldn't know we were sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's these twins that I went to college
Sisters?
with. Sisters? Yes, Winnie. There's these twins. There's these twins that I went to college with who I actually saw recently at ACL, and from their entire time in college to this very day, they wear the exact same thing.
Wow.
Like they put a bobby
That's
pin
just
in their hair,
crazy.
and they have the same bobby pin.
Not even like on different sides.
Not
like
even on
the same
different
side.
sides. Like exactly down to the socks and everything. Like
Why would-
exactly.
That's just too much. I always thought it was really cool and unique to be a twin, but I didn't want to be exactly the same. So
Yeah,
I think that's
sure.
why I fought to be so different.
You fought so hard that now you
Fought
look
so
different.
hard. We look
You're like you
different.
diverged.
Yeah.
we did.
Well, you're like a couple inches taller. You have
Yeah.
blonde hair. She has brown hair. Just like different face
Different,
shapes and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
You guys look so different.
Twins.
Someone's dying.
Someone's
over
okay?
there. Okay. Well, I'm really excited to talk about our next
Oh, I can't wait.
little subject here.
Ciao.
Gus knows a little bit about
A little
this.
bit.
Mariel does too.
I know one detail.
So Bethany and I.
One small detail.
Very small detail. Bethany and I just went to Rome. It was a trip after. It's like the bubbling of this thing is so distracting.
It's over. It's done.
So we had our TX London a couple weeks ago, and since we were already in Europe, Bethany and I decided to take a trip to Rome.
Yep.
Why not? Right, it's really
A
close.
Roman adventure.
And Bethany, being the very experienced, very responsible traveler that she's been for
pretty
many, many
responsible, too.
years, I let her book the flights. She took care of that for us.
Right.
We
Booked the
basically
flight.
split the duties.
Yeah, so I did the
Duty.
Who
I
had
did
the
the
duty?
Airbnb.
Okay.
So I booked our accommodations. She booked
Yep.
the travel.
Okay.
And she booked our flights from London to Rome and then Rome to London because we were flying back out of London.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I will say that we booked it together,
I was
meaning
in
at
the
the
room.
same time.
yeah, I was in the
It's
room
not
when
like
she
I
booked
booked it
Don't-
like, I'm just going to start there.
Excuses start.
I'm
Yeah,
just going to
yeah.
start there.
Listen, they're all like assholes. Right?
Look, listen.
Listen.
Look.
Listen.
So the whole week, we knew that our flight on Friday night was at 10 o'clock.
Leaving
Leaving
Rome.
to
To London.
London.
And that
So
we thought we would arrive in Rome at midnight.
London.
Arrive in London at midnight, and we already had a hotel booked.
Yeah, we had a hotel right by the
Right by
London
the airport.
Were you
at
leaving
Heathrow.
that next day?
Yeah.
From London.
So
what
we were
time?
leaving
what
from
time were you
London at
leaving?
noon.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next day to fly back to Austin.
So we, no matter what, had to be in London by noon to take off to go back to Austin.
the big flight.
That was our big flight. So I let Bethany book it. Whole week she's saying 10 o'clock on Friday. We have all day Friday. We could do so much stuff.
10
We could-
p.m.?
10
10
p.m.
p.m.
Our flight out, because it's only like a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, it's quick.
2 hour, 2.5 hour. On Friday, we had a nice day with Josh
was
and Nadia.
lovely.
We walked around, we shopped, we went to the Coliseum.
We chowed, we grazie,
We did all the
did
things.
it all. Molto buono.
And so around like 7 o'clock, we're like, okay, we should start heading back to the Airbnb to go get our luggage so we could take a car over to the airport. So
Plenty of time. We left
plenty of time.
ourselves plenty of time.
We left around 7:45 for the airport. It's about a 45-minute drive. 8:05 rolls around. We're in the car. We're maybe about 20 minutes away from the airport. we're just we're quiet in the car. It's quiet and like we're just like reminiscing about the trip, and it's just like a nice comfortable drive.
Very comfortable.
And then Bethany breaks the silence and she goes, 20 is 10, right?
Oh, no.
And I was like, excuse me? And she goes, 20 is it's 10 o'clock,
How
right?
did you not? Okay.
And I'm like, no, 20 is 8. And she goes,
I just like stopped.
that's her.
I didn't say anything. I had my phone and I was like,
I was like,
and I go,
No.
well, our flight leaves in 4 minutes, not 2 hours.
So I'm curious.
Oh, Lord.
I trust Bethany. Like,
It feels so good for you to be wrong.
What
I love
happened in
it.
your head? Like there must have been something that was like,
So we
I
think we
need
know.
to ask.
So we think we know. I know that 20 does not equal 10 or isn't 10.
But
Yeah.
But there was something I was like hoping against hope that maybe it had changed because the whole time we've been thinking 10. Why was 10 in our head? And it was because we were landing in London
Landing
at
at
10.
10.
So we were saying, oh, we get in late, but we can order dinner or order room service. We're going to be tired.
Yeah.
Have a good night's sleep.
So
and
you're
get
going to
to
spend the night
airport.
in London regardless.
Regardless.
yeah, that was always the
So we get to, and I'm like, okay, well, there's gonna be another flight out. If not, we'll get the first flight out in the morning. I'm not really a panicker, like,
Right.
this is the first time it's actually been my fault. Normally, it's just like cancellations, weather. You kind of figure it out. And like I've been through it all. Seriously, I've been through it all traveling.
Yeah.
And so we get to the airport, and British Airways had already closed.
There's nobody there.
The
Right.
ticket counter because it was the last flight of the night, and everyone had been, had checked in like 2 hours before.
Right.
Yeah.
So we start making calls, but our phones were dying. But we went and found an area, and then we
Yeah, and there's no outlets, by the
there's
way.
no outlets, which still I wasn't panicked. It was just like, this is gonna take a little time, but we'll figure it out. And we did. There were two options for flights of staying on British Airways, which that kind of made me nervous for the timing to land because we still had to catch that flight in the morning. Or
Yeah, so
at
the British
noon.
Airways flight left at 8 a.m. and landed in
10.
Heathrow at 10 a.m. But our flight was at noon, so it's like getting our bags,
going through customs,
customs
and then
everything.
getting them again and going back to
and
a
they
different
typically
terminal.
close international check-in an hour before the flight.
Yeah.
And
So
then
it's
getting,
very
and
risky.
so I told her I was too nervous about that. So I kind of made a last-minute decision because the other option was to switch airlines, go on Iberia or something, leave at 6 a.m. but land at Gatwick. I always want to say Gatwick Airport, which is a completely different airport, an hour away from Heathrow. But I still felt like that was our best
time
option.
would you land at Gatwick?
7:45.
Okay.
So I told Barbara, I was like, I feel very good that this is our best option. And it
Bad
was
traffic
like,
that time of day.
I'm not on
It was
Saturday.
Oh, it was a Saturday. You lucked out.
And so we just did it, and then we had to find a hotel. So we, so she can't. Fortunately, I was like, just call them, say our flight was canceled. They won't charge us in London. We were already going to pay for a room anyway, so we knew that we could get one in Rome.
Yeah.
And then it ended up at a Hilton, and
Well, I mean, it was a whole thing.
it was a process to get
So
in there.
there was like a Hilton attached to it was Fiumicino or something,
Yeah,
the airport that
forget
we were
what
in.
it's
It's
called.
not technically Rome, but it's in Italy. Technically a Hilton attached. So we walked down this corridor for like 10 minutes with our giant fucking bags, just like stressed out and sweaty, and it's like we're exhausted already. Get there, go up to the desk, and we're like, hey, we need a room for tonight. And they're like, oh, we're full.
Oh,
like-
no.
Bullshit.
Cool.
Bullshit. And they're just like, no, we have no rooms. And it's just like, I still call bullshit on that.
Why would they lie?
I don't know, because it's like,
If they have rooms, they'll give them to you.
They
That's
have to
the
have
whole
a room.
business. No, they're sold out.
Yeah, Barbara
have to have
wasn't
a
having
fucking
it.
No, it's like, why would they not do their job?
At this point, were you pissed at Bethany, or were you just like,
no.
No, she wasn't ever. She handled it like,
I
because it's just like, what are we gonna do? Like,
we both have the same mentality.
we
of just
laughed
like,
about it. We'll
can't do
figure it
anything
out.
about that. So
All we
laughed
cared
the whole
about was
time.
making sure we got on that flight. So whether we stayed in Rome at night or London at night, it didn't really matter. We
didn't
just
matter.
needed to take that flight.
And even then, there's another flight on Sunday. So it's like, there's always a way to get home. And not stressing about it. But get there and they're like, oh, there's no rooms.
Yeah.
But there's another Hilton like 5-10 minute drive away. So luckily, because they saw that we were distressed, they're like, we'll call the shuttle for you guys. Usually we don't do this for people, but.
So I logged into my Hilton
But you dumb
account and we booked
Americans.
it there, fortunately, so that when we got to the other Hilton, there was the longest fucking line.
There's a
ever.
line of probably 30 or 40 people waiting.
Jesus.
waiting to check in front of us.
So it took us another 45 minutes to check into that hotel.
So we were standing in line. A nice young gentleman started talking to us, asked us to meet him at the bar later for a drink.
Ooh.
We
We
no.
didn't. We're like,
didn't.
well, we're a little tired.
If we see you, we see you. We didn't see him.
Nope.
But we did
we'll be
get
there. We will
4 mini bottles of champagne and a box of Ritz. And then we bathed together.
Box? What? That sentence got weirder and weirder as it went on.
And then we bathed together. We
the
poured
fuck?
all the Ritz in, we poured all the champagne in, bubbled it up. It was great.
It was wonderful.
Wait,
That's
did
what
the
happened.
hotel give you the champagne?
No, we
No.
bought it. They didn't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
It's not
the
their
way they said
fault.
it, I thought they gave it to him.
No,
Yeah.
we purchased those.
We purchased them with our own money.
That's what you bought?
But I mean, moral of the story is we ended up getting to the airport, checked in, which was another thing.
That
There
was another
a
thing.
line of probably about 200 people.
It was so long.
waiting to check into one little desk, and we got there 2 hours before our flight. It would have taken probably 2 or 3 hours to get through that line.
Jeez.
So I was like, Bethany, you wait in line. I'm gonna go like sneak up and see what's up. And I like go through and I see this woman sitting at this counter that says priority. This is some like Vueling airline.
Vueling is like operated by Iberia or something. I've
Never heard of it before.
Vueling.
And I go up to her and I'm like, we have a flight that leaves at 6 a.m. It was like 4:10 at that time. And I was like, I was wondering if this is like the only place you could check in. And she goes, passport. And I'm like, here you go. And she's just like, she goes, do you have any bags to check? And she just starts like typing stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, are you checking me in right now? And she's just like, uh-huh. Do you have anyone with you? And I'm like, yeah, hold on. And I like text Bethany and she like comes up.
was this morning? When was this?
4 a.m.
4 a.m. when we were flying out the next morning.
So we got like an
Flying
hour
to
of
London.
sleep,
Yeah.
like in the room, yeah.
In the bathtub.
But like,
the tub.
luckily we were sneaky about it because otherwise we probably would have missed
Yeah,
that flight
Jeez.
too.
so she gave us both our boarding passes, checked our bags, and then we got through. And I was like, okay, step 1 is accomplished. We have boarding passes because I was still nervous when I switched flights for us. Like,
Yeah.
are we going to show up and they're going to say that it
don't
was
have a
standby
booking or
or like
anything.
it wasn't a guaranteed thing? And so yeah, we got through and then we made the flight. We passed the fuck out for 2.5 hours. We ran through customs. I fucking hit an old lady and I was like, sorry about it. Like
I almost pissed my pants because I had to pee so bad, but I was like, let's just get
We
through
wanted to get
customs.
through the front of the line at customs
Right.
to just
Yeah.
make ensure that we were there. So the guy was really cool and like friendly with us. He's like, oh, you're gonna make it. Like your flight's at noon. This
Yeah.
was the smart choice. We got like a black van, our favorite kind of van.
Yep.
And we took our shoes off and we were like, ugh.
Wait, what?
That's like an
Explain
inside
that.
joke.
There's a van that we took a whole bunch when we were in Rome.
The only cars in Rome are uber black.
It's like Mercedes.
Yeah,
They're all Mercedes.
they're all
but
Mercedes.
It's a van that has like seats facing each other.
So you know the 3 and 3 that they
louder
face.
and louder. Shut up.
It's like stuck. All right.
It's cold, Gus. Don't hurt yourself. But anyways, we made it. We made it out.
We made it.
We got
and then
through.
we got to go through the British Airways nice like check-in area and drink champagne.
Yep. It all worked out. And we got through at like 9:15.
I thought
We had a lot of time to drink.
I thought you were going to say you like black vans because pedophiles only hide in white vans.
Well, that is true.
yeah.
That is a known fact.
Well, you know, it could have made our travel a lot easier
What's that?
What would it have been,
if
Barbara?
we had better luggage with
Yeah.
us,
Exactly.
like Away. This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Away. Away makes affordable, high-quality suitcases that charge your phone. By cutting out the middleman, Away is able to offer the perfect luggage made with high-quality materials at a much lower price. Away has designed the perfect suitcase to make your travel experiences stress-free. It has 2 USB ports and a high-capacity battery, allowing you to charge multiple devices on the go, so you never have to worry about a dead phone or fight for an outlet at the airport, which we did when we were there. It's exactly. It's ultra durable yet lightweight and provides a smooth ride in any direction. Away comes in 4 sizes: the carry-on, bigger carry-on, the medium, and the large, with multiple color options. They offer a risk-free 100-day period trial. If at any point you decide it's not for you, return it for a full refund, no questions asked. And it's funny because this just so happens to coincide with the story that we just told about not having any power on
Yes.
their phone.
Oh my God.
I've actually got my web browser open. I'm waiting for you to say the URL and the code so I can check it out.
Really, really
I've
helpful.
heard of this company and I've heard that it's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. Away has a special offer just for our listeners of the show. For $20 off your order, go to awaytravel.com/always
I'm going right now.
and use promo code always at checkout. Gus?
There you go, Gus.
That's awaytravel.com/always, promo code always. Very cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and I love that it also like has 4 wheels that spin in every direction, so you can
Yep.
literally just like roll it around.
Yeah, if I buy a bag, it has to have that.
Yeah, and it's great, and it comes in all different colors and sizes.
Oh yeah,
It's
there's
really-
like 12 different colors. Jeez.
Yeah, it's very handy. I'm probably gonna order one in like every size, so like every trip I
Yeah.
go on, I have like.
Ooh,
the
they have a
appropriate
monogram
size.
edition. You can get your initials
Ooh.
monogrammed on it.
And yeah, it's like there's all like these locks on the top too, so
Yeah.
you could like set your lock.
Will it fit a broom?
A broom
Or a vacuum?
or a book.
Or a book?
I'm gonna guess no. The book, yes, but not the.
The broom, maybe not, unless you break the broom
It's
in
a little
half.
precise.
Yeah.
You can just check the broom.
Yep. Well, thank you, Away. Can't wait to try you guys out. All right. Well, let's move on to our next question, which is our Ask Us Anything segment. This one's submitted by JF.
Jeff.
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 Just JF. And JF wants to know, what's the most scared you've ever been?
Mine is actually a travel story too, and I don't think I've told this story before. But I went to Costa Rica for my birthday a few years ago, and if you've ever been to Costa Rica, the town that we were in is like a hippie like beach town, just like full of surfers and basically all of that. And so they only have dirt roads, and it's like they don't really have a taxi system because you're not in the city. And so basically the taxi system is like you saying like at the front desk of your hotel or whatever, hey, I need to get to this point, and they're just like, let me call up my friend Jeff. Like, see if
Oh,
he
it's
can
just
pick
like
you
calling
up.
people they know.
Yeah, and then you just
Okay.
pay them money. So
No meter, right? It's just like.
No
Yeah.
meter. It's like this is how much it costs to get you there.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time that we had taken a cab from it was my girlfriend and I. We were at our hotel and we were going to have dinner at this other like little part of town, which is like 40 minutes away. We had no idea how long it was, but we were like, here's this nice restaurant that I found. Let's do it. So we get in the car, like Jiff picks us up, and we're driving along. And like at first he's like pretty cool. He's like pointing out. He's like, oh look, like there's some monkeys up there. So we stop and we look at the monkeys and everything. And then like we keep going and it's like 30 minutes have passed. And we're just on this like bumpy dirt road.
Oh, God.
And Laura turns to me. She was like, do you know where we're going? And I was like, I have no fucking idea. Like our cauldron's bubbling up, you guys. Our potion's getting ready. And I was like, no, I have no fucking idea. Like we have no GPS. We have our phones aren't working. Like we only can
shit.
work on Wi-Fi. And so then he starts telling me, I was like, oh, are there like no other roads? And he was like, oh, well, there's roads, but there's cops pointed at every station, and like we're not supposed to have taxis here because it's not like, I guess they're not regulated in any way, so
Yeah.
that's why there's no real taxi system. So he's like, so we have to avoid the real roads because there's cops everywhere on the main roads. And so I was like, well, why is there cops? And he was like, well, this guy murdered a family of 5 about 10 minutes from where you're staying. And I was like, oh, it's this guy. This guy murdered the family of 5, and he's telling
How does
us.
he know?
Yeah, and this whole time we're speaking in Spanish, and Laura's like in the back, just like, oh, you know, casual, like hope everything's going well. And I'm just like trying to keep calm and like, oh, like tell me more. And so luckily it was some kind of like family, like lovers quarrel. Like some lady had left her husband for another guy.
God.
Ooh, it's scary there. So yeah, some lady had left her husband for another guy and then decided to leave that guy and come back with her husband and children. And then that guy went crazy, came back to the house, killed the entire family.
Holy
Jeez.
shit.
Like literally 10 minutes from our hotel, and like a few days before we got there.
Did he get
And so
caught?
there was this huge manhunt for him.
Oh,
Fuck.
And so like yeah,
That's
this guy's
exciting.
like, it
What?
was not exciting.
Exciting. I
What
love
is wrong
murder.
with-
Okay, but you like
it-
murder when you're not involved in it. Like
I don't know. If it could end up on my favorite murder, I don't know.
Oh.
You're crazy. But anyway,
like
so
murder,
like
Gus?
No, I don't. I'm gonna go on record. It's a controversial.
I'm gonna go on record.
My hot take. I don't like murder.
I don't like murder.
Hot take.
So yeah, so this whole time we're driving and I'm just like, okay, like I'm gonna try and act calm, and then finally, like, the trip ends and we get there, and I was like, okay, thank you. And, like, he was just a completely normal guy, but then I tell Laura the whole story. She's like, how did you stay so calm during that? And I was just like, I was fucking freaking out, but, like, I didn't want to freak you out because
Yeah.
Right.
here we are speaking in
Well,
a
so
language
then
that you
that's
don't
good
understand.
that you remain calm in this situation.
Oh, I tried.
You did.
Well, you did, obviously. If she
well,
didn't even
we
pick
got
up
to
on it.
Wi-Fi and I immediately looked it up, and it was like, confirmed, like, family of 5 murdered. And I was like, oh,
And it's just a
God.
picture of the guy who was your driver.
Basically, yeah. Look out for this man.
Who's next? And it's your picture. Like, how did they get that?
It's you in the back of the car, like,
How did this happen? But yeah, just traveling in unknown parts that I, like, can't communicate with others is
Yeah.
kind of scary.
it's always
I get
scary.
that. You always have to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you remember how much a 40-minute non-licensed taxi ride in Costa Rica cost?
It was expensive. It would have been a $3 boat ride, but we missed the boat.
Oh shit.
Because we were going,
missed the
like,
boat.
we were staying in this part. Yeah, we missed the boat. We were, like, in an estuary. So we were on, like, one side of the beach, and then there was another town that we were going into. And so, yeah, it was like a $3 boat ride if you could catch the boat, but the boat ended at, like, 4 p.m. And so if you wanted to get into town anytime afterwards, you had to take, I think it was, like, $30.
Oh wow.
Which in Costa Rica, like, you would think it's cheaper, but it's definitely not. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost the same prices as in
feel
the
like,
U.S.
like, I don't know. A lot of places you go for vacation tend to like jack up the prices
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know, like you have a lot of tourists everywhere.
I was
Yeah.
kind of surprised. I didn't think Rome was that expensive. Is it just me? I know that Ubers were maybe, but
I feel like stuff like drinks and coffee were pretty cheap, and food.
I thought
in
it
general.
was, yeah.
Yeah, but anything you wanted to do otherwise is like for some reason I don't know why, but we decided to take like Uber for most places that we were traveling.
Got
We
an
would
Uber
take
in
it just
Costa
for the
Rica.
day, and then we'd walk like for hours.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like for the big long treks that we had to do. They only have Uber Black available. Like you couldn't
Is
just
that
take a regular
the
Uber.
those are like the nicer luxury
was-
Yeah,
vans?
we had
Yeah.
the vans, the black vans.
It was
Black vans.
it was like that when I was in Seoul. The only
Yeah.
Uber was like Uber Black.
It's just weird.
And did they not have any other like lift service or ride services?
They didn't have Lyft. I think you
No
looked
Lyft.
that up.
Yeah, just Uber. It was like really like
I
mean,
thought I liked it. It felt comfortable. They were always
fine.
nice.
Yeah, to me
Felt
it's like
safe.
worth the safety and just the
Yeah.
convenience of it all.
Well, and Barbara and I travel the same, so it worked out.
Yeah.
You both think 20 is 10?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean you traveled the same?
I mean that we go with the flow, but we like the same things. We're willing to spend money
Murder?
on the same
You like
things.
murder? She just said you like murder.
I'm
like
not
murder?
a fan of murder. You know how people like when you say you like something at conventions, people will be like, I heard you like this. So
Yeah.
it's like, don't get me that.
Don't get
Her murder.
Don't deliver that to us. I have a few instances in my life where I've been like terrified. The first time I ever remember being really scared is when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And my family had just come back from Florida, and there's like a tram system that went from terminal to terminal, like a train thing. And I didn't understand what that was.
Where, in Florida or back home?
I think it was in Florida.
Okay.
I think it was like when we were on our way home. And we were walking in there, and I was just kind of like wandering around. I thought we were just walking into another room. And not paying attention or anything. My family was walking ahead of me, and they went into the little like train terminal thing. And I was just like kind of wandering around, and the door started closing.
Oh, fuck no.
And my mom at the last second, with her like motherly instincts, reached out, grabbed my arm, and pulled me into the train. But I remember thinking, like, and that kept me up at night for like years of like, what happened? What would happen if I just did not get through?
You'd still be in the airport.
Probably,
You'd be living
How
there.
old were you?
like probably 4,
Oh, that's scary.
4-ish.
I get that.
Because I would not have understood what to do or what to go. Like I probably would have just like ran after the train somehow and then gotten lost somewhere else, and maybe someone else would have picked me up. Like
Oh, yeah,
I have
so
no idea.
terrifying.
So that scared me for a long time. Like even when I was like 10 or 11 years old, I still thought about that moment in my life.
Yeah.
Do you still have nightmares about it to this day? Do you wake up
I
and like
do.
a train door is closing?
And I just see my mom like, no. And then the second time was actually more recently. It was funny enough on a flight to Florida for a convention we were at.
Florida, stay away.
Just stay away. Yeah.
Apparently. It was the worst turbulence I've ever experienced in my life. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
know
I've had
that
that.
like turbulence doesn't take down a plane.
It still hurt you though.
It can still hurt you. But it was so bad where it was just like drop, and like there was people screaming on the
God.
flight. Like it wasn't just people going like, huh, whoa. It was like people screaming.
Like how?
Like that. Sorry, Mikes. But I remember thinking like, I know, like in my head, planes don't go down from turbulence. Planes don't go down from turbulence. But this is really bad turbulence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that before too.
Where it's just like you feel everything drop and things like flying, and like things are spilling over, and it's just like.
Oh yeah.
And I'm still scared of flying to an extent.
Really?
Like I fly all the
fly
time
all-
now,
yeah.
but I'm still scared.
Yeah, I think I said something on the way when we were with Nadia and Josh.
Yeah, I'm
We
a
were
little
all, like,
superstitious.
She said she was superstitious. I said something like, I hope our plane crashes. And Barbara was like, please don't say that. And I was like,
Don't say
it's
that.
not a big deal.
Well, have you guys seen that? There's who is it? There's been like, it's usually older people will throw change into the engine for good luck.
No!
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh
Wait,
my
as
God.
you're
Do that.
walking in.
Well,
That has
it
to
was
be-
in
that
it was
has
in
to be-
China.
That's
It was
what
there was I guess a superstition you throw money at the
Yeah.
plane
Yeah.
in order to have good luck. But this
That
old
has to
woman
be
in a wheelchair
illegal.
started like tossing it into the engine, and other passengers reported her, and they were like, "She's throwing money in the engine."
Oh my
and they had
God.
like mechanics had to come and like
God,
take the engine apart.
terrifying.
Oh, God.
And they didn't know how much money she threw in, so like we think we got it all.
Oh, fuck that.
I've
I've been
never-
like, give me a new plane.
Yeah, I've never been on a plane with crazy turbulence, but I feel like I'd probably shit myself.
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
been on
very.
those.
I think it's the like being on a plane in general is very scary because
Yeah.
you have no control.
Yeah.
And there, it's just like there are so many things that could go wrong. I'm sure you
Yeah.
know about all of them.
Let me
That's
tell
That's
you
why I
about
hate when people
Yeah.
say, okay, fly safe. I'm like, it's not really in my control. I mean, I can try to have a good flight by
Thank you.
drinking, but it's
Just
not really
get
going to be
drunk.
safe up to me.
I mean, the safest thing you could do is pass out because apparently,
Yeah.
like, if you're in a crash, I know it's like usually a car crash that people are talking about, but if you're
Stay loose.
if you have the ragdoll syndrome, you're less likely to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the most terrifying way to die is?
Most terrifying way
I
to
would
die.
say fire or drowning for me.
Drowning is up there. I hear though, and I don't know how anybody would understand or get this information, but apparently you become very peaceful
When you're drowning
When you're-
or fire?
when you're drowning.
Drowning.
Like there's a moment where your body kind of just like is at peace.
I'm worried about the moments leading up to that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. it's
Right,
the
like how long
panic.
do those moments last of the panic?
Right.
Yeah. Anything that is like a prolonged pain or like realization that you're gonna die.
Oh,
Fire
being
scares
buried
me.
alive.
Buried alive,
Like
yeah.
an earthquake is like the most terrifying thing to me.
There's a
I
there's
Like my
a
heart's hurting right now thinking about it.
there's a Korean movie on Netflix right now called Tunnel about a guy who's in a car by himself driving through a tunnel and then it collapses on him and the whole movie's just him like trapped under all this debris. You should watch it. It'll be your Halloween movie to watch.
Yeah, seriously.
There's that new season of American Horror Story, and in one of the episodes, they trap two people in coffins
Oh, God.
and close it and lock it forever. They don't really
God.
focus on it for too long, but it's just long enough that you just start picturing what that would be like to be, number one, in an enclosed space,
Yeah.
and then to die that way. Like, I can't even imagine. How long does that take? How long would it take to die?
I imagine
couple
a few
days?
hours.
yeah.
Hours? That's it?
I would
Depends
say
how much
days,
oxygen you
yeah.
have.
Yeah, it depends on the oxygen.
But man, I mean, just like after the huge earthquakes in Mexico City, I was just like, oh God, I hope I'm never like stuck in an earthquake and in a building. Like,
Yeah.
Do you hate that scene in Kill Bill Volume 2 when they bury Uma Thurman?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like in the car, she's got
I've
like
like,
punch.
I've like,
Oh yeah, that gave me so much anxiety the first time I saw that when I
Yeah.
was young. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, "Oh, I hate this.
no, thank you, not for me.
What will you be?
I have some like dark things that I won't get into, but
What is with you today?
I'm
Why even say that
I'm a
then?
very morbid, dark person, but
You
I would
really?
say a lot of
The woman who loves murder?
love it, but not like in a creepy way.
I like murder too.
just like in like
but
a
I like,
stab way.
I like hearing about it, and like we both have this podcast that we listen to called My Favorite.
I just
Murder.
like
So
I'm
good.
so fascinated with murder and like just serial killers and stuff.
How many
I would
times
say-
have you murdered?
Bitch, you crazy.
I won't tell.
A good witch.
Damn, I tried.
Good witch never tells.
I was trying to think of like my answer to this. I think the most scared I've been recently has been my nightmares. I
Really?
have very vivid dreams. I always have. I remember them like everything right when I wake up, and I've had very, very terrifying nightmares lately of like someone's in bed with me, like just sleeping with me, like
not
a
me.
guy. It's not you, Mary. I'm so sorry.
You feel
not my
safe
wife.
if
I'm
she was
cheating on
there.
my wife.
Oh, it's not the first time it's happened.
And like, it's so clear to me that someone is. So I always sleep with the bedroom door shut and locked.
Yeah.
I've just always done that. And I live alone, so that's always made me feel more safe. Or that at least I would have time to hear someone in the other room
Yeah.
and have a moment to do something about it.
You should do that. Everyone should do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've always done that. And so in my dream or in my nightmare, it was pitch black. A man was with me, who's like sleeping with me behind me. And I see like footsteps under the door. I guess I'd left like a lamp on in the other room. So I could see footsteps and I was like, oh fuck. And then before I knew it, someone was ripping me out of bed, like from my hair and my neck area.
Holy shit.
And I was, I think just sleeping in underwear or something. So ripping me out of the bed. And the guy that was in the bed, which I don't know who it was, didn't save me,
Just a faceless name.
didn't protect me.
Definitely wasn't me.
I definitely never saw him again, whoever he was.
You shouldn't. Don't call him back. Fuck that guy.
And yeah, just like ripped me from the bed, and then all of a sudden the person was gone, and the guy was like, what? You know, like waking up, like, what happened? And I was like, how did you not know? Like, he was right here. He ripped me in my hair.
Oh my
Messed
God.
up.
It's messed up. You didn't save me.
It's just like I wake up and I have these moments, and I wake up the next day
Wait,
and I'm
did
like,
you
did
wake
that
up-
happen or did that not
Did you wake
happen?
up alone, or there was actually?
No, I was alone.
Okay.
It's
Like
Bethany.
always. I'm always alone. No, I woke up alone, but I really thought, like, did that actually happen last night? Because my
Yeah.
dreams are so fucking real.
Yeah.
That happens to me when I wake up at first. There's some dreams that I have where I'm just like,
Yeah.
wait, I'm awake. Oh my God,
Yeah.
was that real?
So I have a lot of those, and it is because I listen to so many murder podcasts, and all the books I read are murder or mystery related. Everything's about serial killers, like, so it makes sense that that's why I dream about that stuff.
the
But
way your
then
head
I've
works.
also had sex dreams about Pennywise that have been really hot.
Ew.
So like,
Go back to having sex
Those
dreams.
teeth-
about me. Those are much
I
better.
don't get. But
there was
are there
something about that dream though that it was a nice thing to have in my life.
Like the actual clown.
Was he
Pennywise,
going? Was he
the
going?
clown.
Hey Georgie. Hey Georgie.
No, it was just like,
Or was he going, Winnie, Winnie?
What was he packing?
it was nice.
What did
Did it have makeup?
what that clown
No.
dick do, though?
What's that?
Oh, that
What's that clown
dick
dick do,
dick me down.
That was a
Did he do that dance from the movie?
Dick me down good.
Yeah, the balloon. We all come down here.
I feel uncomfortable.
Do you really want to fuck
I don't
that
like
clown,
it.
though? Like, is that?
I mean, I don't know if in like my normal state of mind, which I don't know
And
if I
it's
have a
not
normal
Bill
state of mind.
Skarsgård, it's the
not
clown.
Bill. It was Pennywise dressed up as the clown.
Dude, you're fucking sick, man.
I have
Go
some
see someone,
fucked
girl.
up like headspace.
Bethany, we should find you someone to talk to.
I already talked to someone. It's not helping.
He wears clown makeup.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And we fuck, I don't know.
Textures about.
But like I saw this really cute tweet about, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I liked it on Twitter about like
That's where
a
the
guy-
tweets live, yes.
Yeah, right.
a guy
on
dressed
Twitter.
up his dog as Pennywise.
Oh, I
Did you
saw
see it in the
that.
tunnel?
Yeah.
And said something like, "They're all good boys down
Yeah.
here." And I just thought it was the cutest thing. If
Is
I had
it-
a dog, I would dress him up like Pennywise for Halloween.
It was a little chihuahua.
yes, it was so cute.
But
It
I
was
saw
just
was-
holding the balloon.
What I saw was we all bork down here.
Oh, I missed that one.
I love forks. Gus, I know you're not afraid of a lot of things.
I've told this story before, so I'll tell the short version. This is an animated adventure of it.
Condensed.
But I used to go to summer programs when I was younger, and I was at a summer program in El Paso at the University of Texas El Paso, and there's like, if you ever watch college football, like the UTEP Stadium is like here, and there's like a big mountain like kind of right next to it. And
Okay.
I was with some friends on that big hill, like overlooking the stadium, and since it was summer, there was no one in there, and we were like teenagers, so we thought it'd be funny to throw rocks from the mountain into the stadium. So we were throwing rocks into the stadium, and it was really far, and it took a long time for the rocks to get there. One of my friends threw a rock, and then this guy came out into the stands, and he was walking down the steps, and then this rock that was already thrown before he came out hit close to him, and he thought we were throwing rocks at him. And he turns around and starts yelling at us. And
Oh, God.
my friends like start yelling back at him. We're like, all right, whatever, fucking
How old
idiot.
are you?
I was, at the time I was 14, maybe 15.
Okay.
And the guy like calmly like walks down onto the field, leaves the stadium. It's the only car in the parking lot. Like there's nobody. It's like a Sunday in summer on the college
Yeah.
campus. There's nobody around. He calmly like walks to his car. He's carrying like a duffel bag, puts his duffel bag in the car, and pulls out a giant machete and starts running at us.
Oh my God! I don't remember this story.
So,
I have never heard this.
Yeah, we all like, oh shit, he's gonna kill us. So we like run down the mountain, and we're like, all right, we all split up. He can't get all of us.
Who has a machete? Just
A fucking psychopath who
Okay.
wants to kill
Great
us.
way to scare kids.
And
Yeah.
and so we're like, all right, whatever. Let's just all split up. We'll head back to where we're staying, and we'll just meet up there. So I'm just like walking by myself through the college campus, going back to where we're staying, and I'm like, whatever. Like he's not gonna follow us. And then as I'm walking down the street, his car like comes screaming around the corner, and he like slams on the brakes right next to me, and like jumps out of the car with the machete. I'm like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck is this guy?
So then I'm like running through this empty college campus. It's like a nightmare. I'm like trying every door I can to get into a building. I find a building that's open, and then it's like I'm running away from him in the stairwell, like trying to go upstairs, like through a floor to find another stairwell to go down. And eventually I lose him, and I get back to the dorm. I was like, that was crazy. We all, meet up. He didn't get any of us.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And
He didn't get
we're
any
like,
of us.
we're like, whatever. That guy.
What would
he was a
have done
lunatic.
if he did get you?
I don't know.
Like a week later, I'm still at the summer program, and we're doing like this activity outside. And I look up into the building next to us, and he's in the second floor window looking down at the group.
Fucking
like-
shit.
And I'm like,
I remember you.
at this point, like, I need to tell someone.
Oh my
So like I
God.
tell like one of the camp counselors, and they call the police, and the police come and like take him, like put him in handcuffs,
Wait,
and
so what did you tell
haul
the
him off.
counselors?
I was like, long story short, there's a guy over there with a machete who wants to kill us.
They think you were fucking crazy.
No. They were like, okay, we'll deal with this, and then we're gonna find out the story. And they called the cops, and they hauled him away. But that was the most scared I've ever been.
Holy
There was a guy
shit.
That's
chasing me with
pretty
a
scary.
machete in El Paso.
That
Fucking
scares me. I
terrifying.
can't believe you went through that and you're still okay. I would have been scarred for life.
Bethany would have been like,
It's-
oh, let me take my clothes off.
Let me play
Fuck me with that machete.
Soy horny.
Soy bee
It's that.
horny.
It's growing up on the border. You're used to shit like that.
Machetes?
Murder.
Murder. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what I'm used to?
What are you used to?
Comfortable underwear.
That's right, Barbara.
Ooh.
Me Undies makes feel-good undies your butt will be proud to wear. They'll be the most comfortable pair of underwear you'll ever own. And to check it out yourself, go to meundies.com/open. With tons of styles and patterns to choose from for both men and ladies, MeUndies will have the perfect fit for any personality. The MeUndies feeling is unmatched because they use a naturally soft fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. For a limited time only, check out MeUndies' first ever glow-in-the-dark print, Lights Out. They have glow-in-the-dark underwear?
Oh, they do.
That's awesome.
Why not update your underwear drawer and glow at the same time? I've always wanted to glow in the dark.
That's
My
cool.
fantasy.
You
Like
do
we
glow.
should get some.
We should.
You already glow as a person.
Aww.
Now you can make your booty glow.
Oh, wait, I mean, make that
Booty,
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 glow.
booty.
MeUndies, if you need a new slogan, just let us know.
There you go.
We're chock full of them. They also do bras now.
Yes.
Which I wore the other day.
Shut up.
It was so comfortable.
That's awesome.
So comfortable.
Are we gonna start getting those in the office?
Maybe.
see.
We'll have the bra fairy come around.
Can we all send our bra sizes?
We all have the underwear fairy come already.
We do love the underwear fair.
Pretty much all my underwear is MeUndies now.
Me too, but it's the softest.
I want to get to that point. I'm almost there.
Transition it out.
Yeah.
To get 20% off the best and softest underwear and socks you will ever own, free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to meundies.com/open. That's meundies.com/open. Boot. Thank you, MeUndies. And sorry for the terrible transition.
I thought it was
comfortable
good.
underwear.
Oh, that was cute.
Super comfortable.
Look at that. I feel like it's almost a detonator. Like I wish it kind of pushed.
Like it pushed in.
Wow.
Like dynamite.
So this was another user submitted box of issues.
Did someone send us that?
Yes.
This is
Yes.
adorable.
That is real. I want that for my house, but obviously I
I
can't
know.
take it. So
I mean, you could.
I would need a much
After we
bigger
use it, though.
box.
for all of
Oh,
your
for
issues,
your issues. I was like, for what?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we have who it's from.
This is
You
who it's
wrote us
from.
a
he wrote us a letter, but I'll just say it's from
Daniel S.
Daniel S.
Daniels.
He also says, P.S. Texas, I love you, buddy. Hope you're feeling better.
Aw,
So
we love you,
sweet.
Texas.
We'll read the note in a little after the show to ourselves and in the privacy of our own room. All right, let's see what we have today. Oh, it's folded on the inside out.
On the inside out.
Outside in?
Yeah.
whatever.
Outside.
Backwards.
Inside.
Backwards.
Out.
It's folded backwards.
upside down.
Couldn't it be inside out?
Turn around.
We all float down here.
Okay.
We all come down here. All right. This is submitted by anonymous female. And she writes, I'm a 19-year-old college sophomore and until very recently was happily single and pretty confident with flirting/talking to people. Since the beginning of this semester, a boy my age and I have been hooking up and flirting on a pretty regular basis, but had agreed to keep things casual. About a week ago, I hooked up with one of his fraternity brothers, we'll call him Dan, that I met at a party and had continued to talk to Dan almost every day for the past week. Yesterday, one of his friends told Dan about my history with the other boy, and I got a very angry, very aggressive text from him, basically calling me a slut and that I betrayed him and to stay the fuck away from him, and I was really upset. On one hand, I feel like Dan has no right to be mad at me and no right to tell me what to do with my body. I'd only known him a week. But on the other hand, I can't help but feel bad for what I did. It's really shaken me up, and I feel like I should stay away from boys for a while. Help.
Only
Oh,
boys.
goodness. I'm
Trust
sorry.
your first hand.
You did.
On the other hand, is bullshit.
Yeah.
You did nothing wrong, number one.
Nothing wrong.
Like, let's point that out.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. Until two people have a talk and say, I would like for this to be this, and I would like for this to be this, and you come to an agreement, it is free game, fair play, like.
Yeah.
Also, from what this says, like anything that happened with the first person was before Dan was even in the picture.
Yeah.
Like
so
it
it
matters
doesn't
even
matter.
less.
Yeah.
I think his
doesn't
issue is
matter.
because they're friends. And
It just said
they're
fraternity,
brothers.
they're
They're
it
brothers.
said fraternity
They're
brother. It
brothers.
didn't say friends.
so they know each other. I
So
think
what?
There are some people, and I'm not saying that he's right for thinking this,
Yeah.
but the reason he's probably acting that way is because it becomes personal. It's like,
Right.
oh, you fucked or hooked up with someone who I know, and it's like, it's that weird thing of picturing someone else that you like with
I just
someone
wonder
that you
if
know.
this Dan has hooked up with anyone. This girl, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, but
Anonymous
It's a
female.
female.
anonymous female. Okay, who's to say that this Dan guy has not hooked up with a female
true.
she knows?
Yeah.
That's true.
Do not feel bad for what you did.
Yeah.
You did nothing wrong. Like,
You did
just know
nothing
that.
wrong.
You
If
did nothing
anything,
wrong.
just don't hook up with another frat bro. That's in that frat.
Or just stay away from Dan.
Stay with
Stay with
I think
Dan.
it's the moral
Yeah.
here.
Dan sucks. Fuck Dan.
yeah. and
No,
that's-
don't fuck Dan.
Don't fuck Dan. Fuck you, Dan.
Fuck you, Dan.
But that is just insecurity. That is complete insecurity right there on Dan's part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But how would you? Okay, so say you're.
That happened to me. You guys remember this happened a couple months ago to me. Someone I'd been seeing for a week
Yes.
pulled the same shit.
Where they felt like they not owned you, but
Owned
that
me,
they
but
were-
like I went on a date with someone else, and this guy asked me, are you dating other people? And I said, well, I actually went on a first date with someone else a couple days after I saw you, and he blew the fuck up on me.
I remember that.
And I was like, I've known you for a week. Isn't that what dating is? You date around until you have the conversation to come together and only date each other.
Well, what I feel is those are people with very low self-esteem.
It has to be.
Yeah.
That's the only
And
thing I can like
it
come up
becomes
with.
all about them, where it's just like, well, I'm not good enough for you.
Yeah.
Like you don't want
Yeah.
to be with me, or like you have to go around like date other people. Like
Yeah.
what about me? It's like,
Well, and to me, it's like
dating.
it's fair to me if someone after a week is ready to make that step, but then you communicate that.
Right.
And if this guy in my situation had communicated that, I would have said, I'm newly single. I'm not ready to just date one person, and then we would have gone our separate ways. But to just assume that we were on the same page, and then to be
Yeah.
so nasty and essentially call me a slut too, when I just went on a first date with someone,
That has to
didn't even
stop.
hug at the end of the night. It's just the slut shaming and the all of this.
I feel like that word has to
stupid.
stop in general.
it has to.
stupid.
It's
How is it still a thing?
It's nasty.
I have no idea, and I feel like it's been this weird taboo thing for women to be sleeping with multiple people, whereas like if guys do it, it's been this way for a
It's
long
normal.
time. It's like high-fiving each other and like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
so many
Slept with
girls.
her
It's like,
once,
all right,
moved
well,
on,
you're just
slept with someone else.
experienced, but if a girl does it, she's a slut. That shit needs to stop.
If I was a single dude, I would encourage women to sleep with as many dudes as they want. That's just me. I didn't. I mean,
Heard it here from Thackeray Binks, everyone.
Thackeray.
Exactly.
yeah.
Listen, life
it's
is about
true.
experiencing.
As long as you're
the joys.
safe
Yes.
and responsible, like why not?
of course, that's the big thing. As long as
Safe
you're
and
safe.
responsible. And then, like I was saying, if someone ever comes to you and says, hey, I've had a good time for the week or the month or 3 months that we've been seeing each other, I would like more, then you have that conversation and you decide, sure, I'm willing to give you more or you're not.
Yeah.
But you can't just assume that two people are on the same page if you haven't had that conversation.
Right.
And even if it's been a date, 2 dates,
2 dates,
5
whatever.
dates, unless you've had that conversation, you're not exclusive.
And she's not seeing them both at the same time, right? Like this other guy
that's
was
not what it
before.
seemed
Not the
Right.
impression I got. And even if she was,
But even if she was, like,
Do you think? But you think because they're in the same thing, like you guys are friends, you work together. What if you
Yeah.
found out there's one person that you're both happen to be seeing? Would you be upset?
I wouldn't be, but not at each other.
Not at each other.
And not at the person necessarily, but it would be more of like, I wouldn't
like,
want to
what?
see someone that she was seeing. So that
Yeah.
would be like a conscious decision. Then I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not going to be in it anymore.
yeah. Like,
But I wouldn't
both
be
of
mad
us,
at
like,
anyone.
We go over certain people that we've like been seeing or like dating.
We
or
have been
whatever.
checking in.
just to make sure.
I got you.
To be like, oh, I'm going on a date with this guy, or like, oh, I'm talking to this guy.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. If I ever see him, won't talk to him. Like,
Never talk to him.
No,
If I pass him on Tinder, I'm swiping left.
But I also think it's like one of those things where if I found out that like, oh, this guy who I'm on a date with has like also been on a date with you, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Be
But I think
Eskimo sisters.
it depends on the person.
Yeah, she brought two guys together as Eskimo brothers. It's a beautiful thing.
True.
It's a beautiful unity.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
unity. So I mean, ultimately, no, you're not doing
Yeah,
anything.
don't
wrong.
feel bad. She said on the other
ultimately-
hand she felt bad about something.
And that she wanted to take a break
I
from
can't-
guys, I think.
I can't
Don't
help
do
but
that.
feel
Try
bad.
women.
This is the gets me. I can't help but feel bad for what I did. I don't.
You didn't do anything.
didn't do anything.
First of all, you didn't do anything wrong. Second of all, don't see that dickhead Dan again. Dan.
Yeah.
And then
Dickhead
just,
Dan.
you know, I mean, just
Date women.
Yeah, it says
Date women.
He hooked up about a week ago. I hooked up with him, and then we've been talking for the past week.
Yeah, that's,
Like,
that's not even long enough of a time. Fuck you, Dan. That's not even long
A
enough of a
week?
time to be pissed. Grow
And
up.
yeah, he said, calling me a slut and that I betrayed him. Dan,
Betrayed him.
Fuck you, Dan.
listen.
Dan, I hope you're watching this because we're gonna fuck you up.
Let's make an always open shirt that just says "fuck Dan."
Or no, don't fuck
Don't
Dan.
fuck
Don't fuck
Dan.
Dan.
Don't
Fuck
ever.
Dan.
Fuck
in parentheses,
crossed off.
not
Don't.
in the good way.
Let's get on that merch.
Let's do it. I love
Well, anonymous female, you do you, girl.
Yeah.
Explore yourself.
Yeah.
Just be safe. And that's
Dating
all that
is
matters.
dating.
If you want to
it.
be,
And you're in college. You're young. You're too young to be worried about stupid fucking
I
assholes.
know. I'm
like
like
Dan.
65 years old and just had that scenario happen to me, so it's gonna be fine.
We're actually back from the dead.
650, if you will.
It's true.
We're witches. We've been along our life for a long.
How they in
They're brought back 300
300
years
years
later in
later,
like
so-
93.
But they're old in the first like episode,
They're
right?
they're like dying in like the 1600s because
but like
so old.
70, 80, or 60, because they look old.
I would say like 90.
they're like super old, and then they
Yeah.
suck the life out of
And
the
then
girl.
they come back
Out of
300
Emily.
years later.
and they turn this guy into a cat.
They light the black
Little cat.
flame. The virgin has to light the black flame.
Well, sisters. Sisters.
You did that way more before we started the episode than you did during the episode.
I know. I
We,
want
we
to bring
got
it back.
distracted.
I want to bring it back around.
Well, this is fun.
This
It
is
was.
so fun.
I'm gonna miss Halloween.
I know.
We should just dress up.
Just keep dressing up.
We could.
We should.
no
It's our show.
Why not?
We could do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe we'll dress up for another episode coming up.
Maybe.
Like once a month. Like
That'd be
you should do like
fun.
first
Yeah,
episode a month.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining me
Thanks
today,
for having us.
my ladies
Yeah, thank you.
and Magus.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Oh, my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Daggery.
And everyone watching, we love you. Thank you for watching.
But not you.
Ciao.
Not you, Dan.
No,
Ciao.
fuck you, Dan.
Grazie.
Ciao, grazie.
Goodbye.
We love you, and we'll see you
Goodbye, bye.
next week.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute. Fuck you guys.